Manila, a city of contradictions, where Spanish colonial walls stand beside glass towers, where jeepneys roar past centuries-old churches, where the bay turns gold every evening and the streets never sleep. This is the capital of the Philippines, a place shaped by empire, faith, and survival. Metropolitan Manila is home to nearly 14 million people, spread across 16 cities on the island of Luzon. It is the political, economic, and cultural heart of a nation made up of more than 7,000 islands. To understand Manila, you have to understand its layers. Layers of Spanish colonialism, American occupation, Japanese invasion, and, above all, Filipino resilience. I spent several days here, walking its streets, riding its jeepneys, and listening to its people. What I found was a city that is crowded, hot, and chaotic, but also deeply alive. This is Intramuros, the walled city. Built by the Spanish in the late 16th century, it was the seat of colonial power for more than 300 years. Its stone walls, nearly 5 meters thick, were designed to repel pirates and rival empires. Today, those walls still stand, encircling a grid of cobblestone streets, colonial churches, and leafy plazas. Fort Santiago, at the northern edge of Intramuros, is perhaps the most poignant sight in the city. It was here, in 1896, that the Filipino nationalist Jose Rizal was imprisoned before his execution. His cell is preserved, and his final poem, written on the eve of his death, is inscribed on a bronze plaque. For travelers, Fort Santiago is open daily, and the entrance fee is modest. Allow at least an hour to walk the grounds. A short walk away stands San Agustin Church, the oldest stone church in the Philippines. Completed in 1607, it survived the devastation of World War II, when much of Intramuros was reduced to rubble. Inside, its baroque interior is a cascade of carved wood, trompe-l'oeil ceilings, and centuries-old religious art. The church is free to enter, and a museum adjacent to it holds religious artifacts from the Spanish colonial era. For travelers, Intramuros is best explored on foot. The walls are free to walk along, and most churches are open during the day. Allow at least 2 hours to fully appreciate the district. In February 1945, the Battle of Manila destroyed nearly everything. American forces fought block by block to liberate the city from Japanese occupation. By the time it was over, more than 100,000 civilians had been killed, and the city, once called the Pearl of the Orient, was in ruins. What followed was decades of rebuilding. Today, Manila's skyline tells the story of that recovery. Modern business districts like Bonifacio Global City and Makati rise with glass and steel, home to multinational corporations, luxury malls, and high-rise condominiums. The contrast with the old city is stark and intentional. Manila didn't erase its past. It built alongside it. If there's one symbol of everyday Manila, it's the jeepney. These elongated, brightly decorated jeeps were originally converted from surplus American military vehicles left after World War II. Today, they are the backbone of the city's public transport, cheap, efficient, and unmistakably Filipino. You simply wave one down, hop on, and pay the fare by passing it forward to the driver. For visitors, riding a jeepney is a must-do experience. Fares are under $1, and the routes cover nearly every corner of the city. Just be prepared for tight seating and the occasional rain shower through open windows. A useful tip: carry small coins, as drivers rarely have change for large bills. Then there's the food. Manila's street food scene is legendary. You'll find balut, a fertilized duck egg eaten warm with salt. There's isaw, or grilled chicken intestines on a stick. And for something sweeter, halo-halo, a layered dessert of shaved ice, milk, beans, jellies, and ube ice cream. For first-timers, start with the cooked items and look for stalls with high turnover. That's your best sign of freshness. And then there's faith. The Philippines is the largest Catholic country in Asia, and Manila's churches are full every Sunday. 3 centuries of Spanish rule left behind a faith that is woven into daily life. From the jeepney decals asking for divine protection to the rosaries hanging from rearview mirrors. If you visit a church, Dress modestly and be respectful of ongoing services. Manila is a city of stark contrasts. In Makati and Bonifacio Global City, you'll find gleaming skyscrapers, rooftop bars, and shopping malls that rival any in Southeast Asia. But not far away, older neighborhoods tell a different story. Informal settlements line the waterways, and during the rainy season, flooding is a reality for thousands of families. This is not a city that hides its inequality. It's visible from the highway, from the train, from the jeepney window. The gap between wealth and poverty in Manila is real, and it is complex. It's tied to urban migration, to geography, to a history that has never quite allowed the city to catch its breath. For travelers, the most important thing is to see it honestly, to visit both the malls and the markets, to eat at both the restaurants and the street stalls, and to remember that the resilience of this city is not despite its struggles, but because of them. If there's one moment that captures Manila, it's sunset at Manila Bay. The bay faces west, and on a clear evening, the sky turns from gold to crimson to deep violet. Families gather on the seawall. Vendors sell peanuts and cotton candy. Couples sit on the rocks, watching the cargo ships fade into silhouette. It is, by any measure, one of the best sunsets in the world. And it's completely free. For travelers, a useful tip. Arrive about 30 minutes before sunset. The best viewing spots are along the Bay Walk, from the US Embassy to the Cultural Center of the Philippines. Bring water, a hat, and patience. The crowds are part of the experience. Manila is not an easy city. It is crowded, hot, and traffic-heavy. It has been destroyed and rebuilt, colonized and reclaimed. But it is also a city of extraordinary warmth, where strangers call you po and opo, where every meal is a celebration, and where the sunset, every single evening, reminds you that beauty can be found in the most unexpected places. This is Manila. Thanks for watching.